Right, here we are. Let's just feed the fish the last bit of food. Right, I've been adding a little bit of chopped spinach into their frozen food, and it seems to be going down very well. Okay, what has happened? So, more broken stuff. So, Versa pumps. I have two broken Versa pumps. This one's been broken for ages. It does not calibrate and it will not let me dose anything over a small amount like a litre. It just says no. And then the other one, sorry, I just got all my wires. Right, this one was dosing my calc into this main display. So as you know, I do not run a auto top off. I just run all of my RO water through my calc stirrer. So basically this pumps out of my RO drum and into my calc stirrer, and then from there it goes in the tank. And it was dosing about 30 litres a day. Now I noticed about a week ago that it was making a weird sort of clicking noise, and you know, when you look at it and you go, doesn't sound good. And then if you look, I don't know if you can see that very well, but if you look, so it's sort of black gunk in there, which looks like sort of residue that's coming off the gears inside or something. And then, as always, I went away Saturday morning. I went up to the Reefers Network barbecue at Tom's house. Great time. And while I was there, it stopped working. So I checked the camera because I was a bit paranoid about it anyway. Saw that it wasn't dosing anything. Fortunately, it was plugged into the apex, so I can turn it on and off remotely, because you can't control the pump remotely. You have to be standing, about 6 inches away from it for the Mobius app to work. So I turned it off and turned it on, and it started working, but I had to keep doing it, and then I forgot because the whiskey took over. And so, yeah, I was a bit under what I should have been dosing for the RO in the tank, so I had to top it up when I come back. So now I have removed that completely and put a DOS pump on there. So the other thing I don't like about these, and this could just be me, but when you asked it to continuous dose, so I wanted the 30 litres just to go in over a 24-hour period at a nice even rate, it will do that, but you have to set a container size. So the biggest container size they allow you is 1,000 litres, and when it counts down and it's empty, the pump stops. So if you forget to refill, because I don't manually refill my RO, it's automatically filled because my RO unit is on a timer, and it comes on 3 times a week for 3 hours, and it fills the drum automatically, so I don't have to do anything to it. So if I forget, which I do because you don't check it out often because it's just on a continuous dose, it stops dosing. So I did bring that up on the forum, and someone said you might be able to set it to 0, but you can't, because if you set the volume to 0, it doesn't dose anything at all. And it'd be nice to have an option where if you select continuous dosing, you can have an infinite container size, or not have to select a container at all, and it just tell it to just keep dosing. So yeah, so there's that. So now on the DOS, the DOS is the other thing, is I've got the old style DOS, not the new quiet drive ones. And if you set like 30 litres over a 24-hour period, it doesn't just continually dose, it does it it breaks it up, and then it sort of, I don't know what it does to it, but it spins it up, because they're quite loud, and dumps it in segments, so to speak, rather than just a continuous drip. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. It still doses 30 litres, but it just means when it spins up, it sounds like a turbine engine. Fortunately, it's out here, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so as far as I'm aware, I think the new quiet drive DOS, you can actually set it to a continuous dose, so it just continually turns. So that's that. So I've now got a broken G6, a broken G4, and 2 broken Versa pumps. So at this rate, I'll be sending a pallet off to Exodus at some point to be fixed. What else? I have started to dose. So look at that picture there. That is my first mix of the NoPhos into the RO, and I am dosing it. I started dosing it yesterday. I've made that first batch at basically 10 ml to 1 litre of RO. I took phosphate yesterday before I started dosing. It was at 1.2 or 0.12 I should say, and I've just checked it before I turned the camera on, and it is at 0.14, so it's trended up a bit. I don't like, I've noticed in the past I've dosed it in 2 different ways. I've dosed it continually over 24 hours at a weak solution, and I've dosed it over a shorter period of time at a stronger solution, and it seems to, for me anyway, it seems to work better if you dose a stronger solution over a shorter period of time. It just seems to be more effective at bringing the phosphates down and being able to nail the number you want. So I have topped that little litre container up again, and then I've added another 5 ml lanthanum, so it's approximately 15 ml in a litre now, and I will see. But I'm only dosing 100 ml over, I think it's a 3-hour period, so I will probably just keep adjusting that, because I like to dose it at the end of the day once all the food's gone in the tank and the feeds and whatever, for 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, gets pulled out by the skimmer, and then it's done. So that's probably what I aim to do. But yeah, it seems to be fine anyway. So no untoward effect on the tank or the fish, which is the main thing. So I will run it for a couple of weeks, and then I'll probably just do an ICP to make sure there's not too much getting in the tank, and hopefully take it from there. So as you all know, I have had various combinations of Trident reagents, upgrade kits. So at the current status, I have a completely refurbed new Trident from Exodus, and I'm still getting the errors, out of range errors on my calcium and my magnesium. So Harry has suggested that these reagents are taken from a batch which he's using on his Trident, which are working. So we know that the reagents work. So it just rules out the possibility that I've mixed my reagents wrong, or the distilled water I bought wasn't actually distilled and I've got stitched up, or whatever. And if that doesn't work, I am all out of ideas, because I've tried 2 Apex brains. I've got a brand new refurbished Trident. It all worked because I've sat and watched the vial fill and empty. The waste comes out into it, pulls in. It's not giving any errors, of what's the sample line errors, no water and all. So it just says, it goes to do the test and just gives a out of range error. Obviously I've checked the parameters in the tank many times. Yeah, so if that doesn't work, I kind of like it to work, and then I can just go, right, I'll dump the reagents and buy some off of Harry, and hopefully I'll be done. But I'll be amazed if they do work, but I haven't had a chance to set it up, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. Yeah, so that light is still iffy. Some days it'll turn on fine, other days, like this morning, I come in, I have to turn it off and then turn it on manually, and it will work. I'll be happy all day. So I don't know. And lastly, I think I have found a source for my filter fleece roller, which is on Amazon actually. I can't remember the name of the company which is making them. It's Aqua something or other. They come in 300, 500 meter rolls. They are 200 meters long, so they're quite long. They're only, I think it's 20 grams per square meter, so they might let more stuff through than the current roll I'm using, but that's fine, because I actually leave a strip down either side at the moment, so I can let some more stuff get back into the tank. I think it's possible to strip out too much. So £25 delivered, so can't really go wrong. And I think by the measurement, I had a quick measurement, the roll in the middle is the same size as the rolls that you get from All Exclusive. So I'm pretty sure all this stuff comes out the same factory or very similar. Probably just mass produced in China somewhere. I'm still convinced it's the stuff you buy in a garden centre for frost protection on plants. It just looks uncannily the same. So I'm pretty sure they've just taken that and gone, yeah, we'll use it in this industry. So yeah, so that should be here hopefully within the next 2 or 3 days, and I can run it, and hopefully if it works, that is a very easy source to just get it on Amazon. And I could buy the bigger rolls and chop them down, and it works even cheaper, but it's just convenience, that's the thing. So yeah, so that is that. I think that's it. Yeah, just checking all my lights on actually. Yeah. Shouldn't say that out loud. I moved my pellet feeder actually, because I did have it up sort of in the roof and the pellets were falling. I like them to fall from a height so they break the surface of the water and sink, but they are probably 400 mil foot ish, and it still seems to be good. And it's a lot easier for me to get to change the pellets out basically, because when they were up there, out of sight, out of mind, I kept forgetting and it kept running out. So I've upped the mounted feeds as well at the moment. So just because I had it on the lowest setting, and sometimes they get about 4 pellets coming out, so hardly worth doing. So now I'm doing 2 rotations, getting a decent amount. So I'll keep an eye on it. I'm kind of just gearing up for when I go away, so I like to run into things, you know, from a long decent distance, rather than just the day I go away go, oh, I better turn the auto feeder up, just in case something goes awry with it. So that's it, guys. I think we're all done. Yeah, I've done my wall change yesterday because today's Tuesday, because it was bank holiday Monday, and I could not be asked to come out and make any filming. So yeah. Oh, I know what else I did. I changed the weir. Didn't change it, I cleaned it. So the weir inside my tank, so the boxes on the outside, the 2 bulkheads drilled through the end of the tank, and the box on the inside just pushes onto those bulkheads. I like that. I really do like it actually. I would never have a tank, I don't think, with a fixed weir anymore. So I can just pull the whole internal weir box out, take it to the sink, scrape all the coralline off, and it gets thick matty of sponges inside, and I can just clean it all out, give it a real good clean, and then push it back on, job done. So I really like that. So yes, I did that, because what I notice is that the level in the tank just starts to creep higher and higher, because it's having to go higher up the weir comb as it fills up with like bubble algae and the sponges which grow inside. So yeah, super easy to do. I like it. Right, that is it, guys. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.